Everybody in this city want to be a longshoreman, but are they willing to go through what a longshoreman go through? It's gonna be sleepless nights.
Hey, you listen to Slim's song right here, Hustle Man song right here. You ever heard his 700 song?
No, I ain't never heard it.
Man, you can play it. I need to play it for him. You know.
Everybody want to be a longshoreman, but nobody want to go through a longshoreman.
But let me tell you something, man. Hey, that's for sure, man. It's a whole lot put into it. It's more than just that. People just see us just being
700 hours on the road. Ain't nobody never said this shit would be easy. Hour by hour, but it's all on you, day by day. You feel? It's gonna be some long days and some long nights. Trying to come up off that wall, that's that whole life. I remember riding on the dock, staying all night. Name on the list, trying to get a call back. They gon' tell you stay down, don't you fall back. It's gon' be some days you ain't trying to hear all that. That's when you reach down in your pockets and they all flat. It make you wanna say fuck it and don't come back. But you gotta bust some hours before contract. When Christmas time come around, get that bullseye. And if you was down bad, that's when you bounce back. If you ain't never made a grand, you gon' count stacks. But your value as a man shouldn't cost that. Cause a lot of niggas down there lost that.
What does that say? Must have been down a little bit?
You might have to lose your
Retired
house,
drug
white
dealer.
car.
You
Oh,
said-
when you chasing 700.
Now I'm chasing 700.
That's a lot of hours gunning.
Number one is getting those qualifying hours that you can be qualified for your benefit. That's what the 700 hours mean to us.
700. That's the goal. Once you get those hours, you locked in. You got to make those hours every year. October to make 700 years. That's the goal. Don't get caught up in looking at the money. Look at the hours. You have to make your 700 hours. So that's why we call it chasing 700 hours.
Work the process. I wouldn't change anything different.
Okay.
Longshoreman, this is what I do.
What make
You know
it?
what I'm saying? Ain't nothing to think about this. Be true to this.
What make it all worthwhile?
That's 700. What I got on the shirt.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? $6.99 ain't gonna do. Even if you get the half, it still ain't gonna do.
Okay.
700 all the way.
You don't pick no work when you're trying to make 700 hours. For 700 hours, an hour is an hour, regardless of what type of job you make. Whether it's night or day, an hour is an hour. And every time you go to work, your hours are recorded. So don't wait. Say, I'm gonna wait until next week and I'm gonna start working on my hours. No, because next week you may not get it. So start early. November, October 1st?
Yeah.
October 1st, start a new physical year. So you should start October 1st and work up from that day and try to get your hours. Then you wouldn't have anything to worry about.
And the chase is real, brother. The chase is real. If you're not chasing and you're not determined and you're not focused, you're never going to get it. If you easily to be sidetracked, or it's a lot of negativity goes on in the casual section when you scabbing. People talk about, oh man, I know this person so long, this and that, man. My grandmama used to change his diapers or any old thing, right? And you hear all that negativity, man. You got to walk in there and tune that thing and block it out.
Every day not gonna be a good day. And you're not gonna make 8 hours every day. I've come to this union a long time ago, before we had a guaranteed annual income. And I went out and worked 2-3 hours and come back to the hall. And sometimes be the end of the week before I get another 3 hours. Total hours, 6 hours the whole week. But you gotta stick with it. It's gonna be a better day.
When you make that cross over and get that letter, the insurance benefit, man, this thing right here done changed so many people's lives. You got people down here that can't even read and write. You know, but they making a salary figure of doctors and lawyers, you know. So it most definitely would change your life.
Going on 3 years.
3 years?
Oh, yes, sir.
You got your card yet?
Not yet.
Shit.
Not yet. Stand down, holding on, keep coming. That's what they say.
What keep you focused? What keep you grounded by still coming? Even through this corona job when there ain't hardly nobody else coming, you still holding it down.
Man.
If you care enough about your family, you will go the extra mile to try to get a job that pay a decent price, regardless of how long it takes.
Okay.
Gotta take care of the little one, man.
Man, like perseverance, man. Like that's what our people do. You know what I'm saying? Like it's in us naturally. You know what I'm saying? You just gotta wake it up, stick with it. You want something bad enough, you know, go get it.
You know what I'm saying? It is sometimes situations to show you how to help yourself out. Like me, for example. You know what I'm saying? Like I say, I birthed the clothing thing, I birthed the food thing, and I'm birthing this documentary thing, you know what I'm saying?
Exactly. That's all it is, man. All of us got it in us, you know, that everybody that's out here got that perseverance in them, you know. Just stand down in the deep dark tunnel until you see the sunlight, you know you're gonna see it. Because you've seen a lot of people make it through before. You know, stay down.
Because I look for it as retired.
Ladies and gentlemen, don't go nowhere.
I don't even know, man. True, man. I'm just walking out here, you know.
What keeps you grounded is the same people you see here every day going through the same process that you going through and realizing your situation ain't special. Just like you struggling, that next hold up. Just like you struggling, that next man right beside you, going through the same thing, trying to make it.
Yeah.
And he keeping you because he seeing you come and you seeing him come, and both of y'all motivate each other.
Hope, man. I guess I see everybody else. You know that everybody pretty much had the same story, man.
Yeah.
Was hell at first, but keep coming to it.
Yeah.
Keep coming. That's all.
Man, listen, anything you put your mind to, you can do.
Well, I'm gonna tell you one thing for sure is by me being retired Army, that kept me grounded and kept me staying. Had I not had that extra income coming in, I don't really know how I would have did it. You know what I'm saying? Because you still got kids, you still got family, you know, stuff that bills and stuff got to get taken care of.
Right.
So it's hard. So one of the things that I did while I was scabbing, I started Ubering.
This shit, sitting around here waiting on the job.
You gotta see the end. Yeah. And I see the ending already, even though I'm starting from the beginning. And you gotta sacrifice.
Yeah.
Anything worth having is worth sacrificing for.
So I would have my Uber on while I'm sitting there at the hall. I get a pain. I go do the little, go do the drop off or take them wherever they're gonna go, come right back to the hall. And that worked out for me, So you have to have your side hustle, some type of side hustle to kind of make ends meet.
I'm built different, so I know what the other end's gonna be like.
Right.
So that's what keeps me coming. Yeah.
The money. The money.
The money.
The money.
The money.
The money.
The money. That's right.
The money.
That's right.
That money.
That money.
Got me still here. I'd have been gone. What for that?
I done did a whole bunch of other shit and ain't nothing better than this.
Right.
When you go to work a few days, bro, you know what I'm saying? You can go to work 3 days. We in the casual ship. You go to work 3 days, make $1,000. I don't know nobody else in the world. You go to work 3 days, you make $1,000.
So for the most,
and it only get better. Only get better if you keep focused.
Have the same mindset coming in that you do when you seniority and stuff like that. For one, me, I make money, money don't make me. When we're chasing that 700, you just stay steady. And it, like they say, it does get greater later.
Once you come here, you're a very humble person. You're very humble, you're manable. I've seen people come here reading the Bible all day long.
Have the same mindset, as far as like hustling, trying to get to the work, whatever. Don't let it change you.
But these are the things that I want you to take to the doctor. I want you to take those same humbleness to the doc and live by it.
I would like to say to the younger fellas down here now, during the time I was down here, wasn't no ladies, just all men. But we had a brotherhood down here. We looked out for one another. If one came down, if he didn't know how to operate a machine, another brother would teach him. On the crane, another brother would teach him how to operate the crane or how to run a winch. If one of them got sick, we would take up on Tuesday. They have what they call a cigar box. And everybody would put something in that cigar box for that brother. We would look out for one another.
People who I've helped here, give card to, and they've come back and told me thank you. People who have been in trouble and have worked their way through, they have came back and told me how much they appreciate it. So if we're gonna work together, we gotta be brothers and sisters together.
Say this right here, right? I'm from South Carolina. I'm from Florence, South Carolina. I moved here from Charlotte. Man, people can say whatever they want to say. I met some good, genuine people that are solid people.
Yeah.
You got suckers everywhere, but I met some solid people. Nigga behind the camera, I ain't gonna say nigga, but dude behind the camera, this dude right here, A1. More people though, but you know you gotta deal with the chosen few.
Okay.
That's right.
Okay.
The chosen few.
The chosen few. Let's go.
Ain't nothing but the few and the best.
Believe
Put that in there.
it's in there.
It's in there?
It's in there.
My man.
And always stay solid. Don't do no sucker shit.
It ain't gonna last long if you're just doing it for the money. It ain't gonna last long. Cause something gonna happen. You know, you gotta have compassion for the people you work with. You gotta
take care of your job.
Right.
Take care.
Exactly. You know, cause when I drive or whatever I do, I want to do it so people, you know, we can help each other and being safe and all that too.
Like everybody don't have ill intentions or will. I love the camaraderie that I do receive, but you know, relationships I do have. I know everybody go through it, but you should want the person that come behind you not to have to get lumped up like that.
Right, right.
So,
and if you didn't have respect for a header, the next header wouldn't want to take you. If you was a lazy fella, didn't know how to want to work, he would tell the next header, and he would pass you by. He'd pick right over you. So, but it was such a close knit. We had to be so closely knit together that we took care of one another, and we looked up for one, and we had respect for one another.
Back in the early 60s, 50s and 60s, we didn't have a training program. You train yourself. You watch people, and someone, if you have a question about anything, and one of your brothers would be nice enough to tell you what is safe and what is unsafe.
Nah, it wasn't just me. We turned that M upside down, and we made it we. And that's the way it was when I came down here. It was always we. It wasn't just me.
We got to come together as a people. We can run this world if we come together as a people. You know what I'm saying? We got to stay together. We can't keep knocking each other.
because the same way you're trying to say they don't understand, older people forget where they come from, and they used to be young at one time and reckless.
Right.
And we had to provide the guidance on the turnover. So down here, I mean, it started with us.
That's what it's about, man. You got each one teach one. If I'm down or if you down, we pull each other up. Don't hate on the man or don't knock him, man. Or a sister. You know what I'm saying? And there's another thing too, man. When I see him, I see me. So how can I hurt me? You know what I'm saying? We gotta start with the nonsense, man. You know, at the end of the day, anybody can change. So, you know, that's what it's about. You know, everybody go through things in life, but it's about you overcoming them. So, you know, man, I just stay positive. Just do right by people, man. Treat people how you want to be treated.
I got nothing but love for all of them. These are my brothers and sisters, and that's the way I perceive it, you know. For sure. So, you know, when I even the young folks, younger than myself, way younger than myself, I call them young bloods because I respect them like that. Some will go out their way to holler at me because they know I give them love too, you know?
Exactly, that's how it's supposed to be. One thing I believe in, I am my brother's keeper. I am. But my brother got to first know how to keep himself. Every man gonna fall short.
What kind of inspirational motivation would you give to somebody who's basically trying to receive a car and those who are basically chasing the 700, trying to make their hours? What kind of information would you give to them, like positive information?
Well, if you're trying to receive a card, I would make sure that before coming down here, I would have my TWIC. And the TWIC is a transportation worker identification card that's issued through the Homeland Security. So I would make sure that I get a TWIC card in my possession, and then I would, if you're interested in coming and being part of 1414, you have to show up and show your interest and wait for your opportunity to go to work. So just be patient, learn while you're here. There's some opportunities to learn lashing through a veteran of Longshoreman. He's been over 50 years a part of this organization, has lots of wisdom, lots of knowledge. Mr. Gadsden I'm speaking about. And certainly you can learn, you can take some of his courses or his course on lashing and learn some of the practical knowledge along with some of the book knowledge that's related to it. Focus on safety when you're a part of this organization. Safety is a big part of what we have to do in order to be productive, because there's potential for hazard to occur at any time. However, we have a great record of safety, and we want to continue.
They have an ILA training program where we train all the new employees that comes into this industry. In order to operate anything in the port nowadays, whether it's forklift, tractor trailer, or whatever is the drill, you have to be certified. All right, upon certification, you will be able to operate those machinery. If you're not certified, you cannot operate any equipment in the Port of Savannah. That training process entails 3.5 months of training. We have instructors, 4 instructors with 150 years experience. We have Mr. Anthony Lawyer, Mr. Frank Eady, Mr. Darrell Green, and myself. We take a great deal of pride in training the young people on how to perform their duties in a safe and efficient manner. You must be adverse when you go on the job and know what you're doing and how to do it. We call it setup when you get on the ship. If you're short of something, you know to have it in time before you get to the job of performing it. You don't want to start doing something down find you short, or you ain't got no jacks, you don't have no rod, you don't have enough shoes to go and bounce. And this training process I alluded to, it goes for everybody on the waterfront. You must be trained and you should be certified in order to operate. Now, we're a port that takes a great deal of pride in what we do. And with this training program, if everybody attended, we teach you all the basic information you need to know in order to work on the waterfront.
Once I got the card that first year, you kind of hesitant to stick your card out because for me, I didn't know the work.
Yeah.
I didn't come from this environment.
Yeah.
I never cranked up a forklift until I took a forklift training class. I never cranked up a jockey truck until I went through the jockey truck certification. So this stuff can be intimidating, at least it was for me, for a paper pusher.
You have to know how to read the plan and how to understand it. You have to know the red side from the green side of the ship. You have to know the bow from the stern of the ship. You have to know where to store the cargo on the ship. And we must comply with OSHA regulation when going above on containers, because they stack like logos on the ship. They could be anywhere from 1 high to 8 or 9 high. When you go in a loft, you must have your safety attire on, all 3 compartments of it.
You have to have a safety harness. You have to have a safety wand, and you have to have a lifeline, a retractor. All those have to be attached and in the proper manner. Safety is the number one component in our port in performing our jobs. As I alluded to Mr. Will Siebel, who started this program, now is going forward into the 21st century. We have a new president, Mr. Jackie Robinson, and he's continuing that process so that we can have the best qualified workers anywhere in the country. In the Port of Savannah, we take a great deal of pride in what we do. In our industry, we do a variety of different jobs. You can work shipside, you work in the lashing gang, you work in the gang, you work in the warehouse, you drive forklift, you drive tractor trailer. You need to be adverse and well trained. The training process is open to everybody. Everybody want to work, that's a good thing. But not knowing how to work, that's a bad thing. You got to work safe and efficiently and know what your responsibilities are for the job that you get. Every person that comes into this industry, the training opportunity is there. And it behooves everybody to try to get their certification. Whether they got a no card at all and seeking employment in this industry, or they got a whatever card. If you know that you don't have the necessary capability to perform some type of job safely and adequately, we're not going to have you doing that job. We're professionals in this industry. And as I said, under Mr. Jackie Robinson administration, since he came into office, he's worked with this program and worked with us and seen that we train everybody in our industry to work safe and efficiently so they can protect themselves and their family and everybody that's around them. Again, let me remind you that we're in the pandemic stage. I'm saying that again because I don't want anybody to get complacent. You have to have the mask on that's in the droplets so you could inhale it and come to your eyes and come to your nose and come to your mouth if you touch something. So protect yourself and protect others. And hopefully we all make it through this and come out on the belly end with God willing.
All right, we back at it, Team 700. 2 years down the line. Just coming to get the updated interview from y'all brothers. Last time we had the interview, you know, things was kind of rough and the work wasn't coming like that. I just want to come in, you know, get an updated interview about your status down here at the Longshoreman Hall now.
Done.
He took a done.
A whole lot changed since the last time. Last time, you know, we was outside looking in.
What you mean by done?
Hours are finished.
Hours are finished. 700 complete.
That's right.
What about you, little bro?
Yeah, I'm finna.
Now we in, you know what I'm saying? 730 times in a row. Working on the 4th time.
Still struggling.
Still struggling? You still struggling?
Still struggling.
Still struggling.
Every day I'm hustling.
I know that's right. I know that's right. So, what would you say has changed or improved since the last time I spoke with you guys?
The work picked up. Tremendous.
Tremendously.
Go to work every day. And every day. You just had to be here to go to work.
Right.
First and foremost, I thank God. Yeah. Because without that, it would never happen.
So in all the days when those guys used to tell us like stay down and keep coming.
Oh yeah,
From then to now, from hearing it then to hearing it now, how you feel about it?
Yeah, I ain't lying.
That's gonna be my new model.
Yeah.
Right.
I'm gonna tell somebody else that.
Right. So you ready to advocate to keep coming? Okay. What would you what kind of information would you give somebody on the outside looking in who trying to come in and pursue the lifestyle of a longshoreman?
Start off with Brunswick.
Start off with Brunswick?
That's right.
What about you, little bro?
I don't know. I say, you know, like you said, go get one in Brunswick, then hope you get on that PIT class and just be there. Sit around all day.
Say stay focused.
Yeah. Stay focused.
Stay focused, stay down. Keep coming and keep your spirits up.
Right.
That's what I say. Because sometimes you get challenged standing on the outside trying to get in.
Right.
Look like you know,
No window. Because really ain't meant for everybody.
No, it takes a special person to want to be a longshoreman.
Yeah, because a lot of people, you know, in that kind of session right now, they ain't even coming. The work starting to slow down, they start coming.
And a special time in your life too, when people can, when you can manage coming like that regularly. So,
And you gotta have a strong support system.
Got to have that support system. So what are some of the things you say you had to sacrifice since being down here?
Time, money, family.
Girls.
What'd you say, girls?
Yeah. They don't understand. Take them chasing them ship. They don't understand.
Right. You gotta have somebody who really understanding about what's going on down here.
Yeah,
Well, when you got your car, family?
a couple of years ago, actually. On Good Friday.
Well, how long you been down here? How long it took you to get your car, basically?
I got lucky. I got my car earlier. That didn't get no work.
How long it take you to go to work?
Well, after COVID, everything. So it took me a good 2 years for me.
2 years to go to work?
2 years to start going to work.
What kept you focused? What kept you motivated? What kept you grounded?
It's a game of numbers. I knew sooner or later my time would come.
Right.
So I just stay at it.
Right. Touche. What kept y'all grounded?
The money. That's why I just kept. Really, the money.
Money.
Yeah.
For me, it was, I got tired of working for other people.
Oh yeah, that too. Yeah.
And that's crazy. You gave the same exact answer, the literal, like, to the T. Actually, that last time you said the same exact thing. You said I got tired of working for other people.
That's right.
That's what's up, man. I appreciate y'all brothers for y'all time, man. Oh, and your definition, how would you define chasing 700?
It's a lifestyle.
It can be a little treacherous. It can be a little treacherous. You know, if you know somebody, it's a lot easier. It's not as much of a chase.
Right.
Yeah.
You say it's not so much of a chase if you know
It's not as much of a chase if you know somebody. But you kind of on the outside coming in, it's a little more of a struggle.
Appreciate y'all, brothers.
It's worth it.
Say it's worth it?
Yeah.
And it only gets better, you know. It's all about what you put in this thing.
So you say you done made the 700 3 times?
3 times.
Three times. One contract.
One contract.
That's what's up,
3 times. I mean, I got like over 900 hours now. I'm done.
900 hours.
Yeah.
Come on, man.
Yeah, it ain't nothing but April.
Come on, man. That's what's up.
Working on that 5th, you got to get vested. That's when you got both feet in the door. See, right now we still got 1 foot out, 1 foot in. You got to get that 5 consecutive times, 700.
Right. How's your life changed since, like, you know what I'm saying, making your 700 or since the work has picked up?
This shit taking care of a nigga now.
Okay.
I ain't gonna lie.
You told me I ain't gonna lie.
Yeah, this shit taking, man, be honest, bro, 2,000 a week. This niggas don't make 2,000 in a month. You know what I'm saying? That shit change the outlook on everything.
Yeah.
Well, you know, things, you know, the more money you make, the more things get better if you do right with your money.
Right.
You know, but it's way better. You know, but we still at the bottom of the totem pole. Ain't nothing changed about that. You know, we still getting what's left, but now we got a little more crumbs.
Right. How often are you going to work now?
Oh, I can go every day now if I want to.
Yeah.
Yeah, the one time we couldn't go. We only went when we could go. They say all that shit, stay down and all that bullshit, bro. That shit worth it, my nigga.
I know that's
it's
right.
It's worth it, cuz, for real. Yeah. I used to hate when they said that shit, but I love it now. I ain't gonna hold you, know, but as this influx came in, you know, things a little better for us now.
That's what's up.
But we still chasing 700. That's gonna always be the goal because 700, that's the golden rule, 700.
Right.
You know, you got the 700 every year because ain't nothing gonna change about that. You know what I'm saying? Because once you get a letter, now you got something to lose. You don't want to have to go back to the casual section if you drop back twice.
Right, especially if you had to work for it and fight for it.
Especially when you had to get it out the mud.
Right.
You know, some people had it easy, but some of us had to get it how we live.
Right.
And you know, we stick to that blueprint, we stick to that formula. You know, just because things got a little better, we still look over there and be like, boy, you can easily be back over there when you lose discipline.
What kind of motivation would you give somebody who's in the position that you was in 2 years ago?
That's one of my partners, man. One of my partners went to high school. I just told him today, bro, because it's starting to slow down. It ain't getting over there to that casual section like it was. I said, bro, whatever you do, just don't leave. And I planted my feet firm in the soil. You know, and that's what it is, because as of right now, I can't see going to work to punch somebody's clock, to tell me what time I got to be there, what time I got to leave, if I can get overtime. Nah, I get overtime every day. I've never seen it be less work. Every year it's more work that come down here, bro. Every single year, more work. I don't know the ins and outs. I ain't been here that long, but every year it's been more work, bro. You know, it'll be hard for me to even conceive the thought of talking about going to work for somebody to punch their clock.
Right, moving back.
Yeah, I'll be moving backwards. After you get a taste of this thing, you know, if it's anything else better than this, they keeping it a secret. And then my pay go up next year, so.
Right. I know that's right.
Yes, sir.
I know that's right. So what would you say to anybody that's looking to come down here, all the guys that's on the sidewalk right now trying to get a car, and anybody who just got a car, what would you say to them to kind of keep them motivated and inspired?
The thing I tell them is like they told me, keep coming. That's the number one thing. You gotta keep coming because you gotta be here to see what's going on. See what's going on. And if this is what you really want, then you know you got to put the work in, just like anything else. You know, if it's worth having, it's worth working for. You know, if you really want it, you know, this thing here gonna show you if this what you say you want, or is this what you say you want. You know, some people, a whole lot of people say they want it, but they don't want to earn it.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? This thing here for the truth. How the saying go? You been tested, you tried the truth. So this thing here gonna put you to the test, because seniority around here is a motherfucker.
Right.
Straight up, you know, and that's what it's based on. Once you get your seniority, you know, we used to always say, man, when I get my seniority, I ain't gonna jump in the trash pile, boy. I ain't gonna do this. Boy, we doing the same thing.
The same
thing. We gonna keep it 100. We doing the same thing because once you taste it, boy, you want to keep doing it.
Right.
You want to keep doing it because on Wednesday, it's worth it on Wednesdays.
Right. That high. Yeah. That high that come through on the Wednesday, man.
On Wednesday, everybody rich on Wednesday, you know what I'm saying? It's ILA's finest now. But, you know, on a serious topic, you know, it just depends on what you're looking for in life. You know, this job can give you anything that you want. You know what I'm saying? If you're not done with your money. You know, it starts out regular, but as time grows, you know, your money get on steroids and then things start happening for you. But the main thing is you got to think about your future. You know, you can leave here a millionaire if you utilize your money, because you're gonna have a pension sitting over there, but you got to put those hours in order to get it where you need it to be. But you can leave here a millionaire if you're smart with your money and you're smart with your time. That's the most important thing. You got to be smart with your time. And this job here will allow you to buy your time back. You have the flexibility to do whatever you want to do. If you want to go to your child game, no problem. If you want to take a vacation, no problem. Hell, if you just want to sit to the house, it ain't no problem. As long as you done took care of your business throughout the year, you can do that. This job will allow you to have the same status as anybody in corporate America, and you still got more flexibility. Health insurance is outstanding. We got the best health insurance you can get as a basic laborer. We probably the highest paid laborers on the planet. If you look at it from an economic standpoint, I don't see nobody else that's making the type of money that we making, which, you know, there's other jobs out there that pay well. You got a few jobs out there that pay well, but once you include the benefits plus the bonuses, well, we blowing them out the water.
Right.
But, you know, other than that, you know, this is something, it's like anything else. You got to have a love for what you want to do, you know, and we have one of the best jobs, and we have one of the top jobs, because don't nothing move unless ILA move all over the world.
Right.
We got the world in our hands because we touch all goods and services before anybody else touch them. It's got to go through us first. We get it off the ship, to the boat, back off the ship, to the truck, to the train. Before it even get to the consumer, it's got to come see us. You know, you got to check in with us. That's how we rock it.
Yes, it is.
700 hours on the road. Ain't nobody never said this shit would be easy. Minute by minute, hour by hour, but it's all on you, day by day. You feel me? Lord, check it out. It's gonna be some long days and some long nights. Trying to come up off that wall, that's that whole life. I remember riding on the dock, staying all night. Name on the list, trying to get a call back. They gon' tell you stay down, don't you fall back. It's gon' be some days you ain't trying to hear all that. That's when you reach down in your pockets and they all flat. It make you wanna say fuck it and don't come back. But you gotta bust some hours before contract. When Christmas time come around, get that bullseye. And if you was down bad, that's when you bounce back. If you ain't never made a grand, you gon' count stacks. But your value as a man shouldn't cost that. Cause a lot of niggas down there lost that. Money never equal to the love. Whoever thought that? You might have to lose your house, wife, car, all that. When you chase 700, that's a lot of hours gunning. Check it out. So it's gonna be some long days and some long nights. Trying to come up on the card, that's that whole life. Trying to come up off that wall, that's a hard fight. But when you're trying to get a job, it's a dog fight. Chasing 700. That's a lot of hours gunning.